community support for at-risk youth.
They put the U in community.
Doc, love the kids.
Welcome to Plays and Parlays. I am your host, Wesley, along with my co-host, Louisiana T, and Man. And we're going to talk a little bit about this week in sports. How you guys doing?
Pretty good.
Wonderful.
Okay. I mean, it's the start of the NFL preseason right now. I know we've been talking football a lot. You know what I mean? A lot of stuff's going on right now. You know what I mean? A lot of great players are starting to get their legs underneath them. You know me. You guys know me personally. I want to start with the Shedeur Sanders saga right now because tomorrow or today, Shedeur Sanders is going to be starting for the Cleveland Browns. No one thought this was going to happen. You know what I mean? Like I don't know how you guys feel about him. I feel like LT may not like Shedeur so much, but for me personally, I'm a Shedeur Sanders fan. You know, I think he's going to do great. But I'm going to let you guys start the form off. What do you guys think about this? You think this was a good move by the Cleveland Browns to allow Shedeur Sanders to start the very first preseason game? LT.
Yes, I think it was very smart for them to start the first game. Okay, it goes into what we've been talking about, or at least what I have. And first of all, I will say this. I think Shedeur is incredible. All right, absolutely. Fantastic dude. I like the way he plays the game. We'll get into his comparisons later on, I'm sure, as far as who we compare him to now. But I love the move, to be honest. You just announced that he's fourth string, right? You announced that he's going to start. You're doing that for a reason, okay? If you're starting this cat after saying that he's your last quarterback, you're going to trade him. I'm sorry. It's just in the plans right now. I don't know when it's happening or 1 week, 2 weeks from now, whatever. This is a showcase game for Shedeur. Okay. And they're giving him the opportunity to go in there and show everybody what he has to where this team can get something that they need for trading him. Okay. So if he goes out and balls out tomorrow, get ready. Okay. Because it's going to be very interesting. And also look at it from this standpoint. What did what's his name look like over in Indianapolis today for the Colts? Okay,
I know that man. What'd you say? I think you said that he got hurt today.
Anthony Richardson got hurt, and Daniel Jones looked terrible.
So you're in a bad situation. You're in a real bad situation over in the Colts. Okay, as far as quarterback room, you have some other positions that are ready to go. Right, but your quarterback is not ready. Okay, you have a lot of question marks right now. You are already in talks for the trade to happen to you already with the quarterbacks that you had in place, right? With the way it was already set up. Now you've lost that, right? So if Shedeur comes out and plays well tomorrow, get ready for that trade to happen to the Colts because I think it's coming.
I mean, you had a real strong take last week with him too. So I'm gonna take what you say with a lot of weight. You know what I mean? So man, what do you think though?
I think starting him is the only decision you can make because he was put as fourth on the depth chart, but it's just like prove it. I mean, I feel like the Seahawks should have done the same thing. It's put worst quarterback up, and that's what we've been doing. Drew Lock, he's been playing the whole time. He's terrible, and I think Shedeur, if he can just prove a little bit, he don't gotta go too crazy. He just has to be efficient. He has to be the person he's always been. Efficient, smile.
Take care of the ball.
You take care of the ball. You know, just keep them going because Dillon Gabriel's not going to do that for him. And Deshaun Watson, I don't think he's even going to be a factor.
He's not even playing this year. Probably going to get rid of that guy. You know what I mean?
Flacco can't play. Like they can't have him play in the preseason. He's like 50 years old. They gotta wait. So it's either Gabriel or Shedeur. Let Shedeur play because Gabriel has. They've drafted him to be a backup no matter what. No matter what.
Let me say this. I mean, let's start this off. You know what I mean? You know, the correct way, I should say. This is how I feel about the situation. This was to me one of the biggest travesties of justice, allowing Shedeur Sanders to sink to the 5th round when they talked about this kid being a top 5, top 10 pick. Everyone said this. Everyone knew this. I mean, you look at his college career. What other quarterback had more sacks to him? Everyone can say that's a bad thing, which it is. It is a bad thing. He got hurt his first year because he was sacked so much. But at the same time, look at his stats: over 4,000 yards in his I think his senior year that he was playing. The year before, I think he had 35 or 3,800 yards or something like that too. At the same time, I think he had 30 touchdowns or more last year. I mean, come on, with very few interceptions, and this kid's running for his life with no O-line at all. At the same time, no remnants of a running game at all whatsoever. So everyone knows you're going to throw the ball, and they know they can get pressure on you, and you're making plays, and your team still goes 9-4, one game away from being in the college football college football playoffs. Let's be real here. Let's not act like this for us not to see what happened here as like, this is, to me, okay, we can go conspiratorial, but I'm not going to do that right now. I'm going to calm down, allow Shedeur to play tomorrow or today and see what happens. But every analyst has told you he throws a great football. He has great ball placement. I mean, the kid has a good, strong arm. He's durable, and he's also mobile. He's not fast. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to say he's outrunning, even most linebackers probably right about now in the NFL. It's a little different situation. He's not super fast, but he's mobile enough to get away and get you some yards if he needs to. It's one of the smartest probably quarterbacks out there. He comes from a line. If you look at who his dad is at the same time. You got Deion Sanders as his dad. You think his dad's not teaching him, putting in his head what's going on the football field from a young age, so he knows the stuff. And so, I mean, the way they're putting him out there, though, he hasn't played any downs with the first team at all. None, not one. You know what I mean? Not at all. So, I mean, you're putting him out there with partial remnants of your first team. This is what the Kevin Stefanski said. Reason I know his name because I watched a lot of Cleveland Browns, news and media, because I'm a Shedeur Sanders fan. They put him out there with remnants of him, but Jerry Jeudy's not going to be playing. I think when their other the number 2 wide receiver is not going to be playing either. So you're putting them against the first team defense of the other team, but you're playing, you know what I mean? But you're not going to really have your first team offense. And I mean, some of them remnants here and there of them, but he hasn't played with these players he's playing with. So it's not, are you setting the kid up to fail? It is what it is, but you want the opportunity, and I'm grateful for the opportunity for him to go out there and try and shine. But that's kind of what I see from the situation.
I still think he'll ball with it, though. I still think he'll ball.
I think he's going to be fine. Look, he's a born winner. Okay, let's say what it is. Okay, everywhere he's been, he's won. Colorado was one of the worst college football teams known to man. Whenever they got there, they turned that around. And I say they because him, his dad, his brother, they brought a lot of players into that, obviously, right? But he was the main factor in that, even before Travis Hunter, let's be honest. So if I'm looking at this from that standpoint, from the winning standpoint, you want that culture, you want that leadership vibe on your team, right? To me, he is a natural leader. Okay, he is the leader. So he can easily be the leader of that football team. The problem is, like I said, you drafted Dillon Gabriel before that. So the team isn't looking at it that way. The players don't look at it that way. You've kind of already ruined that mindset of it, to me, in that regard. Now, if you're looking at it from Joe Flacco, I don't think he's good enough to start over Joe, all right, at this point, obviously, as far as who should start the season. In a perfect world, if you're a smart GM at this point and you have that quarterback room, right, Shedeur is your backup. Okay, Shedeur is the number 2 going into the season. Joe Flacco is number 1, and Dillon Gabriel is your number 3. Okay, that's if you're a GM.
What do you think you gain from that rotation? I mean, I understand Joe. I mean, don't get me wrong. Joe Flacco is a serviceable quarterback, especially right now. He has a great arm. He's still intelligent enough to make the plays. But you know that he's not the quarterback of your future. You're not getting any. I mean, the only thing you're getting is like you're allowing your veterans to understand that, hey, we're not just throwing the season completely away. But at the same time, what do you go ahead.
That's a great question and fair one, to be honest with you. If you look at the things that we've said in the past, right, think about the things that he needed to improve on Shedeur's side, right? He holds on to the ball a little bit too long. You can't do that in the pros at all, or you're going to get clocked. Okay, you're going to get clean clocked and hurt very quickly. So in my opinion, I don't think they should really rush him into that until they fix that portion. That's not a hard thing to fix. It's really not, if you look at it. The transition from the college to the pro game, as far as holding on to the football too long, it's a bad excuse for not really drafting somebody, okay, because it's a real easy thing to fix. You're talking about a quicker step on the drop. You're talking about maybe a shorter step on the delivery. There are little bitty things that you can improve on at the quarterback position to get better at things like that, especially when you're talking about little bitty tweaks, right? He's just not ready for that yet. I think once they do that, he'll be fine. And that doesn't take a full season. And that's what I mean when I say if you start him off being the backup, he'll be ready to go by game 6, game 7 at that point, right? But you have Joe Flacco in there while he can take those hits because he's 40 years old, man. While he takes the hits, while his arm can stay healthy, while he can stay healthy, period, right? Those 6 to 7 games, he's giving you his all. Then you have that ready guy coming in there for whenever Joe really can't really do that job to that effect anymore, right? Then he's ready to go, and you're not pushing him too early.
Yeah, I mean, go ahead, man.
Yeah, they what they're gonna do is just build him. Like, you know, like if they can just build him, like they drafted his backup, they got his veteran, they got the things that a rookie quarterback should have coming into it. Like, you know, like he should not start. His rookie quarterbacks really shouldn't start off the back unless the team.
You don't think so?
Bad.
Okay,
unless they're
but
that bad.
The team is pretty bad, though. I would think even in Tennessee, I think Cam Ward, you being number 1, I think that should automatically you should.
Oh, sure.
Near top 10 QB going.
Nothing backup.
Yeah.
Though.
Yeah, I
Like,
mean,
you know, like,
what Levis being out too, but I think he should have started over him anyways, even if he would have been playing. Yeah, I mean, unless Cam Ward just look completely garbage.
The plain fact of the matter, to be honest with you here, and I'm just being very blunt when I say this, the fact that they announced him as the 4th string and are starting him in game 1, that shows you this is a showcase game for him, and they're trying to see if there are going to be any takers after that. You can look at the history of NFL at that point. Whenever you play somebody in this role as a quarterback, I'm telling you, you can go back years if you want to. Whenever they come out and play their last place guy, their last string guy in that first game, and he plays well, that guy gets traded within 1 or 2 preseason games after that.
The reason why I somewhat agree with you is because I think that what's hitting them right now is the media. That's what's really getting them right now, because that's all they talk. I mean, be honest, I've watched. The reason why I'm watching anything that got to do with Cleveland is because of this, and all they're talking about on all the, like, you know, I would say radio, but it's really more or less, you know, web. You know what I mean? What social media type deals? All they're talking about is Shedeur. Questions every day about your 4th string quarterback. Who gets questions about their 4th string quarterback even your star players are getting questions about it. It has become people, and this is what they'll say. This is why people didn't want to draft him. No, it's not why people didn't want to draft. This has nothing to do with it. Because if you'd been drafted in the correct position, this would not be the case. This is the case because this is what
all
you created.
confused. Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, people are like, and then he's actually playing good.
It doesn't make any sense. Like, Cleveland doesn't make any sense right now. You have this kid playing lights out in certain practices, and they're still coming out and saying, "Oh no, Dillon's our guy." How can you say that? Dillon's throwing the ball directly to linebackers, and I'm talking like on a line.
Stefanski wanted Gabriel. The GM wanted Shedeur.
Yeah, that's clear as day.
This is why. And now that it's like you're battling between the GM and the coach, and the owner has to come out and say, "Hey, this wasn't my call. This was this guy's call." You know what I mean?
It's a genius move too in the draft to get him at that point, to be honest with you, because of the fact that, like I said, you're using him for trade bait, but it's genius. You already got the players that you wanted, right? Completely. You already have a quarterback room that's stacked at that point. You bring him in because you know what his value is. You know what everybody has him valued at on the table. He was the number 2, 3, or 4 quarterback, depending on who you are, in the draft last year, right? It's well known. That's Mel Kiper had him as number 2, right behind Cam Ward. So let's be honest. You know where his value is. You know what players you can get for that value. Okay, so if he shows that, they're going to end up getting that from the Colts. I'm telling y'all, it's just happening. Like, it's, you know, the value as a GM. All right.
Colts
so now you have
anyways.
I agree. Yeah. But now you're going to have to give something away for getting him, right? And that's the crazy part to me, because you know that he's a late first round, early mid first round, late first round, early second round at the latest quarterback last year. Okay, it depended on trades and all that stuff and who you had him at. I get a lot of people had him in the top 10. I get that. But if you know that that's the value and you got him that late and you know he's not going to be on your board, you know he's not going to be on your final roster, then what are you doing? You're trading him.
I go off the tweet that his dad made some years back when he said, "My kid's not going to play for the Cleveland Browns." To me, that tells the entire story to me. And then the Cleveland Browns draft you. Most people times when they draft a kid, they're going to clap and be like, "Yeah, we got her." They just sat there. Both of them, Stefanski and their guy, just kind of sat there. And I really think that it's a lot that's into this that we really can't, there's speculation.
Sure.
But the truth of the matter is, everyone knows this kid was already set up to be a top 5 pick, top 10 pick all day. I mean, some people had him above Cam Ward. Some people did, but it is what it is. We're here now. If they were to trade him, I think it would be, the Cleveland fan base would kind of revolt to a degree, but they'll get over it. They'll get over it because they're going to be sorry anyways this year. They're going to be mad. A lot of
those people know that those fans aren't going anywhere. They ain't ever won.
Yeah, I was about to say,
one of the most faithful fan bases there are. So they're not worried about the fans. I promise you. Promise you.
I mean, it'll be a lot of questions. You know what I mean? But it may end up costing people their jobs. I almost feel like, is it something that is Stefanski kind of worried about this? Maybe if this kid comes here, is that why he was worried about it? But at the same time, he didn't feel like he was high. They had the second pick, like you said, and they didn't even draft Travis Hunter. It's just crazy to me. You didn't even draft Travis Hunter. You had the second pick in the draft. You traded that pick away. I don't understand it, but
Travis Hunter would have been great on the Browns, knowing that they have a great cornerback. So he could have been cornerback 2-3 easily without them having any problems on the defense.
Yeah,
they got a good D line, so really the pressure would have been there anyways. Then the offense, it could have just led through Hunter, or he could,
I'm gonna say it. Cleveland is a dumpster fire. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna say it the way it is. They are a dumpster fire. They don't know what they're doing as a staff. It's being shown clearly at this point.
Hopefully he takes it and he does well in the game. We'll let you guys know further on that too. But off this right here, let's leads right into our next segue, which we're going to talk about the rookies this year.
Yeah,
I mean, there's been an awful lot of rookies that we've talked about. We got the Genties out there. You got Travis Hunter, you got Cam Ward, you got a bunch of other guys that are out there looking pretty decent. I know we had talked about a few other people too. What do you guys think about the rookies that have come out this year? How do you think that they're going to perform? Who do you think is going to start? Who do you think is going to actually shine? You know what I mean? Man, we'll go with you first.
All right. Well, if I'm gonna talk about Genty right now, because he's playing right now, he three rushes, -1 yards. I think he's gonna have a great year though, but it's a bad matchup. He's going against one of the newest best D lines in the NFL. We got
who's that D line you're talking about?
The Seahawks.
Oh, the Seahawks.
D line is one of the great. We're gonna be top 5-10 this year for sure. And
okay.
It's just a bad matchup for him. But I think we could see him. He's gonna go over 1,000 his rookie year. I think he's once they get him locked in. But Genty, as long as if the quarterback Geno Smith, who I know is going to make sure the passing game is right, if he can do good with Brock Bowers, then it's going to open up so much for Genty, because Brock Bowers can block too. A great blocking tight end is the running back's best friend as well.
Absolutely,
because he can catch and he can block, and it's just for Genty, it's going to be huge for
him. Who else you got besides Genty?
McMillan on the Panthers, because McMillan on the Panthers is huge because he has other receiving partners with him. The receiving core is young and bright, so he's gonna and he's a big dude. He's gonna be,
he's a big kid.
Yeah, if Bryce Young could lock in with them, because you can't mess up with those options. And then they got a good running back, Jonathan Williams or something like that. They got a lot of young players in that offense.
I think they did a good job drafting receivers in the draft. I think they picked up Jimmy Horn as well, Horn Jr. as well. So they got some good, some solid players for the future. And I think like you said, Bryce Young can do his job and can progress. Where we're kind of seeing him going right now. Even he could kind of be somewhat what CJ Stroud has become. I think they could really do some damage. Maybe not this year, but going to the next year after, they could actually develop into a good team. What do you got, LT, as far as rookies?
You know what? I agree with the Genty pick. I think that's probably an easy early pick for rookie of the year, in my opinion, just because he's going to touch the ball a lot. He's got Geno. I understand that, but they're going to run the ball a lot. Okay, let's be honest. He's going to have a lot of touches, so I feel like he's going to have the biggest impact quickly. Now, I do have kind of a dark horse from this last draft would be LeJohntay Wester.
Okay.
I like him, man. I like him. He at around round 6, pick 203. I mean, look, plays for Baltimore, but just balled out in his first game. Really, a return touchdown for 87 yards, 2 for 3 on his targets, 41 yards. I mean, listen,
What?
he's creating playing time for himself, right?
Yeah.
He's already made the roster just by tonight's game, in my opinion. Like as a special teamer, and that's going to get him snaps at receiver. I think he's going to have a significant impact pretty quickly based on what you're seeing from him. And he's got speed, man. And he has great vision. I like it. I think he's a player to watch for the future, man. I really do.
I want to say the kid I want to say it was FAMU or something like that. He played for before he went to Colorado, one of those smaller schools like that. And then Shedeur went out and picked him up and picked up Will Shepherd as well. They got a lot of kids. I think Colorado, the Buffaloes had the most wide receivers chosen in the draft. I think they had three other wide receivers, four, top wide receivers chosen in the draft. LeJohntay, that's a good pick right there, LeJohntay Wester. He's a great possession receiver, but he's also got speed, man. He's also got speed. That kid's got a lot of speed. He can catch the ball in traffic. He's gonna get loose for a lot of big plays, man. It's crazy that he came out and produced like he did today. 80-yard
quick
kickoff return.
Quick like that. You're talking about game one, going in there and making a significant impact. This isn't like he had to wait. I'm talking quickly. He just made a fan base. He ain't going nowhere. He solidified himself.
Only thing bad about Rookie of the Year for him is that it's a running team. Like, his stats aren't going to be up and up and up.
No.
But he's, when it comes to playoffs, like when they need just those quick plays, those boom, 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 he's gonna be a player that everybody remembers.
When it comes to impact, I think he's going to be up there as far as impactful players. MVP, I'm not even putting him in the top 5, top 10, obviously. Exactly. I really don't think he's going to be there. But impact, I think he's one of your top 3.
That's how we felt with Jermaine Kearse. When Seahawks had Jermaine Kearse, like that, that's the type of, like, boom, that's like huge for Percy Harvin, like those.
I think
that's
this will be the first time that Lamar Jackson has like I just really like, maybe I'm biased. Colorado Buffalo.
Giving Lamar weapons.
But having, because all he had was Zay last year, really for a wide receiver. And when Zay got hurt, it kind of exposed the gap there. He has Andrews, which is a great tight end. He has a great tight end. He needs some receivers here. He needs a big possession receiver because Zay is small and so is LeJohntay. They're both shorter receivers, but they're fast. They can get open. LeJohntay is pretty much a short possession receiver. I'm trying to tell you guys. He's like a short it's like he's a short speedster possession. He's like slash. I'm trying to wait till you guys watch this kid play. He knows how to get into the soft spots of the defense and make and create space where he can get catches. So I'm trying to tell you guys, this kid, keep an eye on our kid. That's a great pick right there. But anyone else you guys want to talk about? Who else is out there? I know we said something about Abdul from who's playing for the Giants. I know you spoke a little bit about him earlier. What do you think about him, man?
He's going to be the thing that's going to make him a monster is the fact that he's working around monsters alone. He's playing with Dexter Lawrence, who's probably top 5, top 3 defensive tackle, and then he's playing with was it Burns? Is it Brian Burns? He's like top 15 edge rusher. They got Kayvon Thibodeau. They got a bunch of edge rushers on their team. Like that's 3 already, and then he's just the 4th one. They're gonna be monsters if they can just show him how to practice, show him how to train, and then he's going to just take off from there. Their team is built for him to grow.
Absolutely.
It's way better for him.
Yeah, and they've been historically not for a while now. I can't give them, but they were always had a good front forward. That's really what kind of created, some of their recent legend, I should say, the most recent.
Always known for the trenches.
Yeah. You can go, absolutely. You can go back to LT. You can go back to a lot of other different players who play, in the for that defense. They've had some really, really good defensive ends and people who rush the quarterback. So those are some great rookie picks you guys came up with there. Let's hope that they have a very productive season. We didn't bring up Cam Ward. We talked about him last time. Of course, he's probably gonna get some PT. I feel like he's gonna start, but I wonder how he's gonna really play. Yeah. He's gonna definitely start. He has some decent receivers over there. You mentioned them last time as well. But let's just see how these rookies pan out. So your rookie, let's say rookie of the year pick. You said Genty, man. You're going with Genty, or who you going with?
I think Genty is gonna be easy one. His coach had beast mode. He knows how to. Hopefully he learns to run him on the 1 yard line and everything, but he's going to get him. Hopefully he learned that.
Who you got, LT?
That was cold-blooded, man, but I like it. I like it. You know what, man? I'm going to be honest with you. I like Ginty as far as the number 1 pick for the award as far as rookie of the year. But if you're talking like somebody that can easily do it, if Cam Ward performs, nobody can catch him. So
he's gonna have the ball in his hand
to
every
lose,
time.
In my opinion, at this point, because he's the quarterback that's really going to start, right? So it's his award to lose. But Ginty can easily win it if he plays like he did in college. If that's an easy transition for him and he hits the holes as hard, he has as good a vision, and he lets it set up right with that team, I think he can win the award. So I think it's going to be between those two pretty clearly.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's really hard for me to see anyone else, but there's always a dark horse out there somewhere. You know what I mean? So, I mean, definitely I think between Ginty
Jonte, let's go.
The Colts have a tight end, Tyler Warren. He's going to be nasty too, but he's not.
Oh, they got to get a quarterback over there.
He doesn't have a quarterback, though. But
they will soon, fellas. They will soon.
That's my sneak fantasy pick right there.
I like that.
Yeah, I think that's a good one right there. I'm gonna keep my eye out for that kid too. We got another thing coming out of the WNBA. This is a tough one to talk about. You know what I mean? But hey, we've been having a number of male fans. I'm pretty sure they're all male.
I'm
guaranteed it.
Throwing out, what they call a dildo onto the court. I think you said Sophie Cunningham got hit with one.
Yeah.
I think one of the culprits got caught up. He was actually in court, and I'm not sure he's gonna plead not guilty. I'm not, probably that's what you normally do, I guess. But plead, and so right now we're going through a situation where this has happened 3 times. What do you guys feel about this? Does this feel like it has an air of sexism to it, or does it feel like? What does this feel like to you guys? We'll start with you, LT.
I think it's trying to get the players to shut up about the equality pay and all that kind of stuff, to be honest with you. And that's just my take on it. I don't think it's right by any means, obviously, and I don't agree with some of the stuff the players are doing either, to be honest with you. But at the same time, whenever you're throwing something on the court at players, you should be in prison. And I mean immediately. Not only that, but if there are other men in that crowd and you can see these guys that are throwing dildos on the floor, at WNBA games, especially at the players. I don't even care if it's at the players. If you see that crap happening, you ain't a man, brother. If you letting that happen, you're ridiculous at that point. And you know who's throwing it if you're around them in that area. So the fact that there are people actually getting away with this crap is insulting and really kind of crappy, to be honest with you, to kind of see what kind of people are getting away with this.
No,
not a fan of it. Not a fan of it.
Man.
Yeah, it could only be seen as a negative thing like that.
Yeah.
It's because like after the first time it was like, okay, somebody's being stupid, and now it's trying to be a trend. Like multiple people thought it was so cool that they had to do it too. It's never that funny, and it's like a nerd. It's like
that's the same. That's the same thing. Yeah, that's the same thing I was saying too. You know what I mean? It's like, to me, my daughter played basketball, and that wouldn't be something that if that happened, I'm going to take that personally. And to me, that's like, I'm probably going to go and put hands on whoever did that. That's honestly what I would do. To me, like, are you serious right now? To me, that's like you're degrading what they are. These are athletes. And the dude who they had in court, you look like you've never played a sport in his life. I mean, look like you're probably afraid to talk to women. That's
professional eating.
This is what it kind of looked like to me. I'm like, you're probably one of those dudes who are so afraid to talk to women, but now this is your opportunity to show out. I can be the guy who catcalls. I can be the guy who throw something on the court and laugh at someone else.
You didn't bought this thing and was like, well, it's gonna be so.
He's used to being laughed at. You're used to being made fun of, and this is your opportunity to try and hurt and affect someone else. These are athletes. I saw a thing that Diana Taurasi said. She was like, I walked into the arena. She said, I was the best player in the world at one point in time, Diana Taurasi. I mean, she probably was. Diana Taurasi still was. You know what I mean?
100%.
Yeah. She said, you know what? I was making less than the janitor of the arena. And I'm like, man, that speaks volumes. What they're really saying, though, and I can't give correct figures on this exactly. What they're saying is I think the NBA has like where the NBA players make a certain percentage of what, the overall, net pay of whatever is going on right in the league. The WNBA players make like, I think that it might say, just say it's 40% goes to the players or whatever it is. I don't know the correct number, but the WNBA is like 9% or something like that, or something so low. That's what they're probably more asking for. Even though your league, you guys are losing money, you're bleeding, and you're having to be supplemented by the NBA. You know what I mean? To even stay alive, which is, you know, it's smart for the NBA to do it, because you're keeping a fan base involved in a sport, and you're also, you know, you're promoting something different right now. It's gotten to the point to where this is starting to catch on a little bit. You got players like Caitlin Clark. Yeah, you know, you got players like Angel Reese that are starting to bring that. Yeah, you know, they're starting to. I mean, you got the girl from she's from Washington Mystics, like Sion or something like that. She's pretty young girl, rookie girl. She's good too. There's gonna be a lot. You're gonna have your page, like I said, Bucher's page. Right now, it's playing. Juju's got. She's gonna be coming out. There's a bunch of other girls as well too, and so they've helped cultivate. It's like the ABA. During the first like years of the ABA and NBA, they lost money. They weren't making money. The games weren't making enough money to where they basically would tape the game and then they play it on television. They wouldn't. Those games weren't live. The championship had already happened, and they played the game on television. That's what they were doing. So I mean, they merged leagues in order to kind of keep the league solvent. So what they're doing is not unprecedented as far as the NBA helping to keep the WNBA alive. And to me, go ahead, I'm sorry.
I think that they're looking at it as we need to be paid the same kind of thing. It is a little wrong to me.
That is a little bit crazy.
That's craziness to me.
Right now, I mean, you can't. Yeah, it's
even a percentage. You can't even say, give me a percentage. What do you owe money at that point? Because you're losing money. So you can't even get a percentage, really. So and I know they're growing. I'm not saying the WNBA is not growing. I think the talent level is getting a lot better every single year. It's like you're saying, it's kind of like that transitional period, kind of like, oh crap, we're seeing some real improvements, right, with the way they're playing the game. It's not just about fundamentals anymore. You're seeing players come in and actually take over games. You weren't seeing that in the WNBA. You maybe had 2 to 3 players across the league that could do that in the past, like the Diana Taurasi's, the Birds, the players like that, right? You don't have that anymore. That problem. You have 20 to 30 to 40 players that can actually ball. I'm talking like different level ball than the rest of the league. And I think that's huge, right? That's showing you the improvements. They're close. They're right there, but they're trying to get all of it right now. That's not going to happen. You still have to improve the league to where it needs to be in order for that to happen. Then those endorsement deals are going to come. Then all that other stuff's going to come. But if you're begging for stuff right now, it's not going to come any faster.
You know, with your top end players making 80 something thousand, maybe I think they're up to 200 something thousand right now. Their top end players are making that. I think they got a new collective bargaining agreement where they're going to start actually being able to pay certain players $1 million upwards because they got a pretty big deal. But this is new. This is like a 2-year thing, which since Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese have come in and actually blew the numbers up, where they can actually sell out arenas and things like that are starting to happen. So I do agree kind of with what you're saying, but for them to get a higher percentage, I don't disagree with that, with them coming with that right there. Like they want to be able to play so they don't have to go and play in Russia. And now look at Brittany Griner. She had to basically go do almost a year in prison based off the fact that she can't just say, you know what, this is my full-time job. I get it. It's not fully there yet. The league is still growing. They do need to keep on getting infusions of capital from the NBA to kind of keep going. But I understand where they're coming from. They take it for they just start flying private